Welcome to the channel. Today I have this amazing, beautifully renovated $1,950,000 property right off of U Street corridor. This property is fantastic. There's some amazing pictures in here. We got 9-foot ceilings. We got herringbone floors. This is sexy, but it can also be a really good income generating property. And at a luxury price point, this home hits all of the targeted things that you're gonna wanna see. So come on, let's go check it out. Okay, so one of the first things I'll let you guys know is right when you walk in, this place is really, really nice. Although it's an interior unit, it really doesn't feel like that. You know, I think one of the main things that I noticed right away was the herringbone pattern with the hardwood floors. Looks amazing. I love this nook here. Now, personally speaking, I would probably use this nook a little bit differently as far as decorations go. I'd probably actually have some seating. I think that this would be a great area to have in the morning. You know, imagine sipping coffee, people watching, or not people watching, you know, it's up to you. But there's a lot of like activity in terms of the area, people walking by and so on and so forth. It's, you know, this is city living at its finest. And then obviously as you look over here, just a couple little items, you know, the character in the banisters, and in the custom hardwood railings. This looks great. Now, it is not a gigantic home from a square footage perspective. It really makes up for everything in terms of just location. You can get to pretty much every part of the city from here pretty easily. You have metro transportation there, and then additionally down over this way, this door right here is going to lead you down to your in-law suite, or what could be considered a separated living space or an Airbnb type of situation there. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. That's going to be the last stop on this tour. But in the meantime, we're going to tour the kitchen area. You got, you know, more recessed lighting than you would ever need in this house. But then right over here, we're going to talk about the kitchen, because I think that they did a really solid job in this kitchen. I like that they went with these custom cabinets here. You're seeing a lot of like two-tone looks, but I can actually really appreciate the icy white with the stainless steel appliance look, or the brushed nickel. And then particularly where you see the detail in the cabinetry. Let's check soft close, of course. The countertops are quartzite and they look really good. Waterfall edge. Obviously, to me, luxury is in the details. You probably hear me say it in almost every video, but there's just certain things that are an accepted standard when you get to certain price points. So right here, obviously waterfall edge, a must. Undermount sink. You have the backsplash here with the large format tiles, so it gives you a lot more of a seamless look. Deep sink. Now, the entire appliance package is Viking. So that is really a luxury product there. This is what you would want to see at a home at this price point. Little tidbit, all the outlets you can see are GFCI protected almost on each individual one. It's a little overkill, but it's again, it's expected. Details matter. So if you know, you know. That means if you have an appliance that trips, it doesn't trip all of the other ones. It just should protect just one. Now, let's look over here. Let's look over here. You see this beautiful Viking stove. We have 6 burners on here. So anyone that likes to cook, you're gonna enjoy this one. And then obviously the pot filler. These, I know that like these can be really good. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about pot fillers here for a second, because I opted not to put a pot filler in my home. But I do love them. I can see the full beauty of having them. So when these are really well installed, like this looks like a professional installation, they're amazing. They save you a ton of time. You don't need to worry about, just bring your pots right over here, water access right here. The only problem is if you ever have a leak at the pot filler, they have to tear up a lot of areas in order to get to where the leak would be. So that's the only downside. But however, the convenience is unmatched. You're able to put your pots right here, saving you a ton of times if you like to cook. And then, obviously we have the back patio space here. Let's check it out. Now, composite deck right here with the iron railings. This looks really, really good. Pretty much maintenance free here. Power wash every few years or once a year to make it look nice and shiny. You're good to go. Almost no maintenance with your grass. And then one of the biggest things, space enough to park 2 cars.
Hey.
Street parking here really wasn't a challenge, and you'll have your own because they have permitted parking out front. So, you can only park here if you have this resident permit, and then there's paid parking around the area. So if you have guests coming over, you may want to consider, letting your guests use the garage space. And you do have an EV charger right here. So if you have an electric car, this is perfect. Ooh, nice little touch here. Love this copper. Love the copper gutters here. That's really hot. You don't see that. All right, let's check out the rest. Now, this Viking fridge, beautiful. Love how it's surrounded by the doors. Sexy, brand new, clearly never been used. All right, so this is where we would want to fill, maybe have some music right here. Love to have some music playing. Wow. Okay, now one of the first things I notice as I come up, you see the skylights. Love the handrail here, feels really nice and soft. So now up here, we do transition away from the herringbone pattern. So if you were bothered by it, it is only on one level as far as the floors go. So we can start to check out the upstairs here. Nice modern railings, double stacked washer and dryer. LG, really, really nice double stacked washer dryer. Then you have your bedroom number 1 over here. Again, this is city living, so this is a really good sized bedroom for the city. If you're gonna be this close with this much renovated features, I like the staging that they use. It's really nice cabinet there. This is bedroom number 2. This could also be used as like an office area or a kid's bedroom, or particularly your guest bedroom. But I think that if you have guests, you may want to have them stay in that basement area that's going to be coming up here. I like that. I love the tile work in this shower. Wow. The herringbone tile, they might have me use this in my next project. Yeah, this is the type of tile work I do want to see in a luxury product. You don't see any oversized grout lines. Everything looks leveled. Now, I am seeing a lot more rainfall shower heads. So I wonder if it was this. I mean, this package looks really good. I tend not to go overboard on my designs in the showers. So I go with the rainfall shower heads. It really doesn't make a difference. You can switch almost any one of these over. So it's just a preference. But like that they went with some of these herringbone accents and carried it throughout the home. Nice light fixtures. I love how tall the ceiling height is in here. I believe they said it was 9 foot 4 inch ceilings throughout the home. So you get natural light. I think they prioritize getting natural light into the home with the skylight, with oversized windows, and the amount of lighting that's in the home. So this is obviously your primary suite. Looks solid. I would consider this still to be walk-in closet. So I think they did the closet fitters to give you as much space as humanly possible in here. So again, right now we're still in the city. This is literally right off of U Street. U Street is busy, but it is like if you prioritize being able to get to a lot of different areas, like if you want to get to Logan Circle, you want to get to Capitol Hill, or if you want to get to Georgia Avenue, Petworth, or any part of the city, feels so accessible because U Street almost feels like the hub. So if you are a younger person and you're staying here, this is exactly where you want to be. Double vanity, definitely necessary in the primary. And let's take a look at what this shower holds for us. Ooh. Wow, okay. This is a really spacious shower. So this is where this is where they put all their designs. So you have shower heads from every angle. You want to get one from the ceiling. There's your rainfall shower head from the ceiling. Okay, so now we're going to check out the Airbnb space in the basement. As you see, you have your own separate entrance and exit in the basement. So this is a really, really nice addition to have in a home, because if you do want to have like an in-law suite or a family stay over, they don't need to share the same space as you. They have their own cooler. You know, they could double as a fridge. It is the city. There's so many places to eat nearby. I can't undersell that. Go down the street, get historic Ben's Chili Bowl. If you want to go and have a really nice restaurant, there are tons of restaurants nearby. This is where you would want to be. So you have multiple entrances. This is where you would actually go to get out from the garage. From the parking pad effectively. And then you have this beautiful 1 bedroom. So nice size closet. Beautifully, beautifully, beautifully well done. And you have another washer dryer stack right there. And just to make things better, you do have this really nice bathroom, full bathroom right here. Showers look nice. I like the tile work. This all looks really clean. Yeah, so everything you need without having to go upstairs. I think it's a great size. Look at that. Someone can enjoy this space fully. And again, well lit, even though it's a basement, does not feel dark. And I believe you still have about, I want to say about like 7 to 8 foot ceilings down here. This is clearly legal rentable height. So you could turn this into an Airbnb if you wanted to, or this could be simply your family's in-law suite.